Financial beliefs are often developed early in life and are frequently passed on from one generation to the next. No matter where you are in your journey to reach your financial goals, it is essential that you're aware of your past experiences with money and whether they were positive or negative. If you're struggling financially right now, perhaps there's another way to look at, think, and more importantly, feel about money. Like I mentioned in the first video, your current relationship with money stems from your childhood, and whether you're aware of it or not, it drives your financial behaviors. To understand this, you must take a look at your current reality with money. What are you getting? What is the result that you're getting? Is this a desirable result? Is it what you want? Or is there a more ideal result that you're after? Our money beliefs are pretty much set when we're children. 50% of who you are today, how you think, your views on the world, your beliefs, come from the 4-year-old that you once were. 50%. And then another 30% by the time you're 8. So the reality that you're currently living when it comes to money is based on what the 4-year-old you to the 8-year-old you concluded. So by the time that you're 8 years old, 80% of the adult that you are today is already developed. That's a huge percentage. This means that you're living your present life based on the interpretations or misinterpretations of the child you once were. Now, how many of those beliefs are possibly outdated or even completely inaccurate? Take the iPhone for example. The iPhone gets updated probably once or twice every year. We get a notification saying it's time to update, right? And right now, we're probably running iOS 16.0. And when it comes to us, we also have an operating system that needs to be updated. It's your ego, it's the personality, it's the you that you think you are. For example, my operating system is called Angel, and I should be operating out of Angel 43.0. But there may be some areas in my life where I'm not operating there. I'm operating from Angel 8.0, Angel 6.0, Angel 12.0. It all depends. So how often do we take the time to take a look at our beliefs, do an assessment, and update them to beliefs that are more in alignment with who we are today or who we want to be, so that our beliefs can actually help us get there? Because the truth is, whatever you think, you speak. Whatever you speak, you act upon. And when you act upon that enough times, it becomes a habit. Those habits eventually become your result. And if you see the same result over and over and over again, you're going to have a belief that says, well, this is how it is, so it must be true. Now here's the thing. When you were little, some of those things that you kept seeing or even hearing or kept happening over and over and over again to you by the adults in your life, that's what they were showing you, weren't necessarily yours. But you still base your decisions and the choices that you made based on what you heard and what you saw. Now, who's to say that your parents or whoever raised you or whoever was an example for you in your life was actually doing things that were actually healthy? Things that were actually going to lead you to live a positive, ideal life or to get positive results in your life. That's not necessarily true. So if you think that, well, that's just how it was, that's just what I knew, and we never take the time to do an assessment or reflect upon it and we don't ever change it, then our life never changes. One of the strategies that I want to share with you today is that when I started doing this work myself, I had to do an assessment about my money beliefs. Well, I did an assessment to all my beliefs, but specifically around money. What do I believe money? How do I define it, right? What do I believe money is? What do I believe money is not? What are the things that I'm thinking, saying, and acting when it comes to money? What are the actions that I'm taking? I would say things like, well, as long as I have enough money in the bank to pay my bills, I'm gonna be okay. And guess how much money I had in the bank? Enough to pay my bills. And I was living paycheck to paycheck. The other thing I would do is I started noticing my judgments. Where were my judgments? I was judging people that had money, more money than me. That's another huge thing, that whatever things you judge is probably a good indication that you have some growth to do there. So I also had to start changing how I thought about money, how I talked about money, and how I acted about money. Even saying things like, I can't afford that, or I don't have money for that, or I'm broke, or that's too expensive. Think about all the things you're saying all the time when it comes to money, because the things that you're saying are the things that you actually believe, and that's the reality that you're actually creating, because whatever you say is true. Listen, doing this kind of work of updating your beliefs takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of self-reflection, it takes a lot of awareness, and it takes putting time into it. You have to be very intentional. For example, think of something that you've wanted to learn, whether that's a sport, a hobby, or playing an instrument, or whatever that may be. To learn it and become good at it, it takes time, you have to practice, you have to invest into that activity to actually get good day after day after day after day. You may even want to hire a coach or take an online course, but nonetheless, it takes intention and energy from you and commitment and dedication for you to make that happen. The same thing goes with anything else in your life. If you want to get a different result with money or whatever that may be, then go learn about money. Go read about money. If you want to grow spiritually, go learn about it. Because whatever you invest your time, energy, and attention on, whatever you focus on, it expands and you'll create a different reality by focusing on it. But it takes more than just hustling and grinding. Yes, that's a part of it, but it's not all of it. So remember, your thoughts create your words create your actions create your habits create your beliefs, and your beliefs create your life. So if you want to have a different life in any particular area, for example with money, change your thoughts, change your words, change your actions, change your habits, and change your beliefs, and you will create a new reality.